What's up, y'all? I just watched a devastating video about people, folks recording their experiences in Texas right now, and my heart is broken. It's broken for the level of devastation that those folks are experiencing. And here's what came to me. And I'm sorry. I am the person who I feel like is most likely to bring you stories of doom and gloom. And it's not. What I'm always trying to bring is, something came on my spirit telling me that we need to prepare. And that is what it is that is coming to me. So that experience, first of all, so I'm going to give you all the factual things, and I'm going to give you the energetic and spiritual things. The factual thing is we are in the middle of horrific climate chaos. That we have created such experiences and circumstances, meteorologically, I worked that word out, that we are seeing extreme weather patterns in ways that are not normal, right? That are outside of our understanding of the way that weather works. That is not an anomaly to Texas. So people who are saying things like that's what they get for not voting in their best interest, it was because they downgrade they privatized the grid. Here's what I need you to know is that should the collective United States experience that sort of cold snap in all the places, because remember, the rest of the grids are, on relationship. They're not privatized, right? I mean, there are three separate grids. There is an Eastern grid, a Western grid, and then Texas, right? And Texas did an upgrade. Well, here's the deal, though. Should all the southern states that are attached to the Eastern grid experience, and they are experiencing the same kinds of weather, right? But should they experience that at a greater level? Should something else happen? Here's all I'm saying is we ain't nothing but 2 seconds away from that as a collective experience. Not as an experience that we get to pin to Texas for being bad. Because guess what? All of America is capitalism. Which means that death capitalism will arrive at everyone's doorstep. And I think that's really important for us to remember, lest we be in our self-righteous warm houses thinking that this is some, be clear, these experiences, the way that people are living, is what we have historically attributed to third world countries or developing nations, rolling blackouts, that sort of thing, that, again, wasn't rolling. People just were without. But those are things that we attribute to the nations that the United States exploits. And so what I'm offering is that it might be important to plan like that experience is very likely to be a collective experience in the United States. And it may look different, because what it may look like is in the summertime on the East and West, the heat gets so high that air conditioners melt. Because in Australia, the heat gets so high in the outback that cooling units just melt. So they might be looking at freezing, and you might be looking at burning to death. And so if there's any part of you that is out here blaming Texas in that kind of we're better than you sort of way, in that system of hierarchy, in that ladder kind of way, I implore you to get yourself all the way together. Because there, but for the grace of God, go I. So that's just the actual and factual, right? And then the energetic and spiritual and astrological is that cold snap happened during a transit, Uranus-Saturn transit, that is all about how systems that are outdated, that don't work anymore, right, are put up against the pressure of what wants to emerge. Uranus is what is new, it's what's awakening, it is what is surprise and shock. Saturn being what is traditional, what can be restrictive, what is outdated, right? And those two planets met. Guess what? Those two planets meet again in the exact same kind of configuration 2 more times this year, once in June and once in December. once in June. So there's that. We're not like the extremes that the U.S. is seeing are not about to go anyplace. Not anytime soon. Certainly not in 2021. And so, again, and I started saying this back in August, y'all. What is a community plan? Have you talked to your neighbors? Have you said, hey, all right, so should our lights go out? Should our heat go out? Should our whatever go out? How might we collectively be together? Hey, can we come and use your pool? And again, right now we're talking about this in the middle of a pandemic, so I know that it makes it incredibly complex. And inside of incredible complexity requires relationship in a way that it's never required relationship before. We will need to figure out how to be in right relationship if we are going to survive what this world is sending down the pipeline. That is a function of shit we created. That is the reality of the reckoning of our own behaviors over time. If you think, I just watched a man in his bathroom, in his shower, in 6 jackets, offering to pay somebody $200 for heat. That's capitalism. That's death capitalism. And we don't have to live like that. What we can do is build relationship right now. What we can do is start to extend ourselves right now. Because you don't have to see somebody to make a plan. We make plans all the time over these digital devices. Make a plan in your community with the people that are your community for how, and here's my advice. Make a plan for the people in your community and save 2 spaces for people you don't know. If everybody made a plan for people in their community and saved 2 spaces for people they don't know, we would make sure that everybody was cared for. I ain't done the math on that. It's just my hunch. Let's plan. Let's plan to take care of each other. Because we're not finished with this ride. And my hunch is it'll get bumpier. All right? I'm sending so much love to Texas. I'm sending so much love to Texas. I have loved ones in Texas. I have loved ones who have loved ones in Texas. And all of anybody suffering are my loved ones. And I'm sending you so much love and care. I will be posting in my stories lots of mutual aid links. Please support where you can. And folks in Texas, as best as possible, be with each other. Don't be, go to a friend's house, mask up, socially distance. Yeah, if you got resources, extend it to somebody right now. Folks need it. Ashe. Amen.